Morning, it's Friday the 16th of March 2000 and... Oh, I've got itchy nose. Oh, itchy nose. It's just inside. Don't you hate that? Where does that itch come from? Gone now. There we are. Friday the 16th of March 2018. Welcome along to a slightly colder day today because the beast from the east marked, not only that, the nukes from Russia haven't come yet. We're still waiting. Apparently, Mr. Putrid is testing out this new non-stoppable missile soon. Did you know that? I wonder which country is going to test that out on. Now, just trying to think. We're lucky to still be sitting here, dear. We're lucky to still be sitting here. Anyway, the beast from the east, we're talking about the weather, is on its way, arriving tonight, apparently, in the very early hours of tonight, or tomorrow morning, whatever you want to call it, sort of about 2 o'clock. There he was, the young lad on the BBC weather this morning, gleefully telling us that there's loads of snow to come. And then I was watching BBC Breakfast News this morning. I do like that. It's very... It's done in a relaxing way, isn't it? The two of them sit on there, various different ones do it, but the two of them, they're sitting there on that ghastly red settee. Why can't they have a blue one? Why can't they? I mean, it's very left-wing, that programme. I'm sorry, dear. They've got a red settee. Why can't they have a blue one? Oh, talking of colours, is this a little bit funeral today? I don't know if the black sort of works. Is black all right? Could you tell me, please? And then I'll tell you about the jacket. Is this a little bit too funeral? Do you want something a little bit brighter? Should we not wear black in future? It looks like someone else is dead. Have anyone checked the news this morning? Who's dead this week, dear? We've lost 3 this week, haven't we? Eh? Anyway, back to the thing. So he was gleefully telling us, and then it cut back to them. And they went to interview this bloke who's claiming up Ben Nevis. I did have to laugh, actually. Because they say, oh, we're going to talk to so-and-so who's climbing Ben Nevis. And it cut to him, who's doing his walk-in and that. Oh, hello, I'm so-and-so. Yeah, I'm one of the Radio 1 DJs. And I thought, who? Who? I didn't know who it was, love. Who are you, dear? Who? And the two presenters kind of skipped over that bit completely. Anyway, so he's going to climb up Ben Nevis today. And it cut back to the weatherman. The pretty weatherman, who and asked them for a personal weather forecast. You know, like it's his personal weather forecaster. Anyway, mind you, I've got my personal weather forecaster, as you know, the delightful Nathan Rayo, who writes for the Express and the Sun and the Mirror. He's a nice chap. We had him on the show the other week, didn't we? I've got to take him out to afternoon tea. I forgot about that. And the weatherman is saying, he said, well, it's going to be gusts of up to 80 mile an hour on the top and a feeling of minus 20. And very windy and snow. And I'm thinking, are you seriously going to continue going up that mountain after you've been told that? It's a little bit like going for a drive. Surely it's like going for a drive in a car and me telling you, right, we'll go for a drive in a car and at about 11 o'clock you're going to have a high-speed blowout. But you should be okay. I mean, you wouldn't do it. Well, why not just wait until another day? Nope, have to do it now. That's just madness, that is. I mean, who's going to replace him on Radio 2, on Radio 1 if something terrible happens up there? Will anyone even notice? Is anyone listening to that station anymore? I passed on it the other day when I was sitting in the car and I accidentally put on Radio 1 and they're just talking at you. They're not talking to you. Yeah, you're listening to Radio 1 and it's all a bit shouty. Do you know what I mean? A bit shouty. Maybe, or should I say a bit young? Do you know? Maybe it's a little bit too young for me. Hello to Adam the plumber, who gets the first message on Facebook Live this morning. Good morning, Adam. Congratulations. I do believe that's 2 shows in a row you've got the first message in. Hello, Diane Jeb. Peter Branch. It's very hot in Sao Paulo in Brazil. It's only 6:12 a.m. there, and it's already very hot there. You lucky old thing you are. We're getting the beast from the east, Mark II, tomorrow. He's a bit tired. He was celebrating successfully coaching a student through a language exam and a university entrance exam. He got accepted to Harvard and Yale. Proud teacher here. Oh, come on, Pete. You don't need to send people to university, dear. Complete and utter waste of time. Most of them are out in the pubs getting drunk all the time, dear. It's just a waste of... I never went to university. I've done all right. I think you'll find a lot of people my age didn't bother going to university. I couldn't think of anything worse. Some old codger, bloomin' hell, some old codger there, when you're shouting out these notes to be written down. How boring is that when you can go be earning money? No, thank you, not fun. Talking of old codgers, who was the two on BBC Breakfast Business Live this morning? That's kind of part of BBC Breakfast, but it's only on the news channel. So the programme is on BBC One and the news channel until 8:30, and then it kind of splits. And on BBC One, they continue with usually a bloke and a girl chatting on a red settee. And on a news channel, it goes to this Business Live thing, where usually you've got some, couple of nice people on there, sort of a bloke and a girl on there. This morning, two old codgers. I mean, who wants to look at them first thing in the morning? Who wants to turn on their television sets and see someone old sitting there first thing in the morning? Exactly. I rest my case. I rest my case. We want to see someone young and vibrant on there, like myself, don't we? There they were, two old codgers. He's got this blooming hearing aid thing in. Oh, no, thank you. We usually have nice people on there, joking and laughing. These two were a little bit too serious for me. I switched off very quickly. There they were, the usual suspects being interviewed about how massive their next lot of profits are going to be, and to achieve that, how many jobs they're going to cut. And they sit there, don't they, on this business programme. They sit there gleefully telling you that, oh yes, we've made another £350 billion of profit this year, but we've had to let 20,000 people go and they've lost their jobs. And that's supposed to be good news. That's supposed to be good news. I do not understand this endless drive for more and more profit. God knows I've worked for managers like this before in bars and pubs. Those ones whose only understanding of how good a night has gone relates to how much money ends up in the till. That's not my idea of a good night. My idea, the places I work in now, Central Station and the King's Head Theatre Bar, that never ever is the amount of money taken mentioned to me. Perhaps they know I'm not interested. Do you think that is? Now, and wonderful people, actually. The manager of Central Station, his name's Duncan. Every few weeks he comes up. Sometimes he's in there, sometimes he's not. Every few weeks he comes up, usually when he's had too many to drink, unfortunately, and reminds me how grateful he is that I do the job there. Isn't that a nice thing? You don't get that anywhere else. How was your weekend? Anywhere else? Like, how was your weekend? Oh, we took £25,000 this weekend. Oh, how interesting. How boring do you sound talking about your blooming money all the time, for God's sake. Well, they do the same on Business Live. Yeah, we've made £500 billion this year, but we're going to have to let 20,000 people go so that we can make even more money next year. Hurrah! For the one person who's sitting at the top. Dreadful. I honestly, I don't understand. Why isn't so much enough? Why has it got to be more and more and more all the time? Good morning to Wayne Martin, who's a DJ. He's DJing tonight, aren't you, Wayne? Oh, DJ, have you got one of my mixtapes on again, have you, lovey? Is that right? You've started playing my mixtapes, is that right? Morning, Ray Reynolds. Dennis Granger is in Thailand at the moment. I've always wanted to go to Thailand, not a busy part. I'll probably go to Bangkok and have a look around there, but I can't see me staying for more than a day or two there. Too many people. Rush, 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 rush. Do they cook cats there and things like that? Cats. I saw, it was horrible. I did see it. Someone posted a picture of, I think, the cat market in China or Vietnam it might have been, and there were cooked cats. Oh, I didn't like it. No. It's no, of course, as a vegetarian, to me, that's no different than cooking a chicken or a lamb. It's exactly the same. I do not blame China, Thailand, whoever it is, for cooking dogs and cats when we, well, not me, but you are probably sitting there eating a chicken or a lamb, dear. Same thing. Other people, oh no, it's not the same thing. They're specially reared for human consumption, as they are in Thailand and China. Don't blame a country for eating cats and dogs when you're sitting there having a bit of cow. Moo! 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 That was an impression of a cow, just in case you were wondering. Good morning to Juan. Morning, Juan, who's in New York City, who says, for some reason or another, the live feed is not reachable here in the New York City area via this Facebook. How strange and mysterious that is. Well, you can always join us on YouTube. YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK. I don't think I can reply to that. Can someone put that on there for us? YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK. If sometimes it doesn't work on Facebook or Periscope, something like that, try and get it on YouTube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Once you're on there, you should be able to send us a message on there as well, okay? Good morning to Alan Russell, who hasn't slept yet. Well, you're thinking about me, darling. I know why you haven't slept. You missed the night show last night, didn't you? We had a wonderful show last night, and only the writer from Benidorm called in. My God, I was in awe. That was my in awe face. I was in awe last night, and Darren Litton, who writes for Benidorm, called in last night and was telling us about the new stage show. And there's been a lot of people writing as well as reading about their Benidorm being axed. He talks about that as well. So if you want to see that show, after I finish this morning, just go a little bit further down on the Facebook wall. It should be directly underneath this one. A couple of posts underneath this one. You'll see last night's chat show. We were on about 9 o'clock last night. And you'll see where Darren Litton called in. Or if you can't find it on there, simply go to youtube.com. Type in United Kingdom Talk, Thursday the 15th of March, 2018, and you'll find it there. It should come up right at the very top then. If you type in that exactly as I told you, United Kingdom Talk, Thursday the 15th of March, 2018, and you should find it there. All right, Alan? Good morning to the lovely Duke Chris Tahoy. Tahoy, good morning, Duke. How do you say your surname? Tahoy. Tahoy. Is that like foreign? Is it foreign, your name? Where is your family from? Tahoy sounds a bit foreign to me. Tahoy, now where does that sound? That actually sounds a bit Thailandish. Are you from Thailand? Somewhere along the line. Do let us know. Good morning, Mike Cullen. Saddam Hossein, not Hussein. Hossein is there. Good morning, Saddam. Welcome to the show. I think you're the first time here today. Ants Galloway, 40 degrees in Thailand. Oh, there's two of you in Thailand. Are you meeting up? Are you meeting up in Thailand? That'd be nice. Wouldn't it? Two friends together. Morning, Alan Russell. They'll be cooking humans soon in China. Yeah, well, they wouldn't get a lot of you, would they, Alan? Let's be honest, love. You know, put you in the oven, it'd be just like bringing out brittle bones. You want to eat a bit more, dear? A few more bags of crisps and chips. That's what you know. Or birthday cake. Is it anyone's birthday tonight? Yeah, we've got karaoke tonight, Central Station Bar. Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Starts at 8:30 tonight if you're coming along down. Pete says, Thailand is amazing. I had a job offer there, the same name as the tsunami. What was that doing? What job were you offered? Was that a teaching job as well, Pete? I think you're a teacher, aren't you? When I lived in China, there was a stall in a street market outside my flat and it sold dog. Well, no different to us selling chickens. I'm sorry, it isn't. I don't think it is. In my mind, if you cannot slate off a country, whether it's China or Thailand or Vietnam. I don't think Thailand do cats and dogs, do they? There are a lot of vegetarians in Thailand, aren't there? A lot of vegetarianism in Thailand. I think that's a Buddha thing. Now, what is that religion? Buddhism, isn't it? Buddhism. I think that's a Buddhism thing. I do believe, and don't quote me on this, but I think it's Buddhists are vegetarian. So I'd be all right there, wouldn't I? You know, just go around and grab a few leaves now and again. Very tasty. Good morning, Mark Cording. Up nice and early this morning. You are together in Thailand. Thank you. At the Ban Soya Resort. Amazing place. Are you being looked after? I do hope so. Yes. That was nice. Good. Right, now what else have we got here? Let me see. So the two old codgers on Business Live, we wanted to see with them. Mr. Selfridge. I have now finished series 3 of Mr. Selfridge. So I'm on the last series now. So it's going to finish soon. Now, they did 4 series, I believe, of Mr. Selfridge. And it is a story, and the story ends. Presumably he'll die at the end. I don't know. I haven't seen the whole thing. But on last night's one, remember I told you there was a woman ripping him off. This is all on Netflix. All 4 series, not seasons, dear. They're called series in this country. We have not yet become another little star on the American flag. Series. Stop becoming Americanized. Series. And what's all this? High five. Sorry, I beg your pardon. High five. They go. Kids do this to me while I'm at work. High five, Chris. Pardon? High five. I said, no, I'll shake your hand. Thank you very much. This is the United Kingdom, dear. We will shake hands. High five. I saw the Theresa May doing this yesterday. What's that? Someone put their fist out and she did that back. Beg your pardon? No, shake hands, please, Theresa. Come on, don't let the side down, dear. My word. Anyway, so the woman ripping Mr. Selfridge off, ripping Mr. Selfridge, or trying to rip Mr. Selfridge off, has been found out. Her and her brother, they've been found out. Anyway, she was just going off with all the money and she's changed her mind and she waited at the shop for him and he came in and told her to go and do one. Bye-bye. And then she was crying and all that. Oh, it was fabulous. Well, you shouldn't try nicking people's money then, should you, my love? Bye-bye. Go away. So Mr. Selfridge at this point is very unhappy and depressed, a little bit like myself, you know, manic depressant I am. Manically depressed. She's manically depressed. He's manically depressed. And then he goes to play cards. So I think he's getting into the gambling. Very bad deal, gambling. But funnily enough, someone the other day, whose name will remain nameless, unless, of course, he wants to comment underneath this. He usually watches the recordings. Unless he wants to comment after this and reveal himself to the millions of people that are tuning in daily to this programme now, all over the world. All over the world. He gave me a tip. He said, please, Chris, put £15 on this. I'm sure it'll work. You might lose your money. If you do lose your money, I'll give it back to you. But I'm pretty sure... I've got itchy nose again. I'm pretty sure this will work. So he gave me the tip and I looked at it and I thought, I'm not a betting person. I've bet twice in my life. Once on the Eurovision Song Contest where I won 460 quid. Yes, for rise like a phoenix out of the ashes seeking love and adventure. Yes, I won a load of money on that. And then I lost a little bit of money when I bet that a certain person was going to be the new leader of the Liberal Party. They're the only 2 times I bet. And I looked at this and I thought, well, I know nothing about this subject. No, I won't. And he was convinced this person would either win or draw. No, draw. He was convinced it would draw. And I watched. I did not bet. Did he win or draw? No, didn't. Incorrect. So I would have lost all my £15, dear. That would have been a day of not eating. No, don't bet. Very bad. The only people who win at betting is the people who run the blooming off-licenses, the betting shops. Did off-licenses used to be in with betting shops? I'm not sure about that. Not a good idea to bet. Thank you very much. Oh, look. Let me just remove that, darling. No, Alan. Do think before you type, dear. Your comment has been removed. That's up to the other person whether they wish to identify themselves. Yes. Dear me. Mark says, being half Irish, I'm looking forward to St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Hail glorious St. Patrick, dear saint of our all. Is anyone on YouTube this morning? I wonder if that's working. We might not be getting the messages from YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, try and send us a message. If you hear me reading out, the messages are coming through. If not, they're not. Bad news. Good morning to Tim. Thank you very much. Buddhism is a science religion, apparently. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Tim. A science religion, but are they not? I'm sure they are vegetarians, most Buddhism. So thanks very much for the message there, Tim. There's lots of touching going on, apparently, where Ants is this morning. Well, no touching. I haven't seen much touching news recently, have you? You know, all the touching news in the Houses of Parliament. He touched me 50 years ago and all that old business. Oh, it's all a bit much, to be honest. Oh, touch me all the time. Talking about touching. Now, of course, a lot of people are wondering where all this touching news comes from. Let's take her to court. She touched my bum in 1971 and never asked me first. There's a lot, big since all this touching news came out, there's now a lot of lonely people all over the United Kingdom who don't get touched anymore. Come on, boys. You used to like being a little bit touched, and I haven't been touched for weeks, months, years. Nobody touches me. It's awful. The touching has stopped. And I'm wondering where all this bad touching news came from in the first place. And I've got a theory. You know these credit card companies? And I hope none of them sue me for this comment. Credit card, debit card, companies and all that. All this touching business is their fault. Absolutely. Everyone, right up to just a few months ago, people were happily, gaily touching each other left, right and centre on buses, in nightclubs, in your home, in the swimming pool, in the gym changing rooms, in a lovely little club that I used to go to called Chariots. There was a lot of touching going on, and all of a sudden it stopped because someone in Parliament got touched. Oh, you poor thing, dear. You poor thing. Even wonderful older houses of members of Parliament came on the telly saying, oh, come on, get a grip. Get a grip. But no, the stories continued in the Super Soaraway, Daily Mail, The Sun, The Star, and they were all printing at the very, very news-full Star. We're printing these stories of ever worse touching going on, boys and girls. Touch, 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 touch. And it's all down to the credit card companies, who secretly put it in your head that you shouldn't be touching. You can now get your credit cards and debit cards and wave them over a machine without ever having to touch it. And that's where I'm laying the blame, boys and girls. I'm laying the blame on the non-touching credit cards and debit cards that you've all now got. This is all down to those. It's all down to debit and credit card people. They didn't want you to touch anymore. And I've got a theory of that. Why is that? Is that to make it more convenient for you? No. No, no, no. It's nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with you. You don't think credit card companies and debit card companies are worried about you, do you? Surely not. Do you honestly think in your wildest dreams Visa are bothered about you? No. This is all to do with the plastic not wearing out. What it is, as you probably know, have a little look at your credit card or whatever. You know, it might be valid until, and it's never more than 2 or 3 years, is it? Right? Because I reckon by that time the plastic's worn out. Because you've kept it, putting it through the machine. And you know, or you have to push it right in some of those machines, doesn't it? You have to push it in really hard before it seems to connect at the end and put your code in. What's your code? Mine is 1194. So I put 1194 in my in that little machine in the petrol garages and places like that, and this thing going bing, card accepted. After it's asked if I want to donate money to charity. What's all that about? Every time I put my card in and dial in my number, 1193, it says, do you want to donate 25 pence to charity? No, I don't. Thank you very much. Already put a £5 in the church collection box. Well, that's what it's all about. Because every time you push your card in that machine or swipe it down that slot, in the side, it wears out a little bit more. That's why the credit card, I'm convinced this is why the credit cards are only like 2 years. They only last 2 years. Well, by having them non-touchable, a little bit like some of your bums when you're out there, no one touches my bum anymore. come off there. If you fancied the person that was touching your bum, you wouldn't worry about it, would you? Oh, no. It's only when someone like me does it that you don't want that to happen. I know that. I am aware of that, darling. You don't have to tell me that I'm ugly and old now. But that's why. So it started with the credit cards. Now that you don't have to touch it, these credit cards can last 500 years. You know, I expect to get my credit, valid until 2155 or something like that. Valid for a minimum of 100 years because the plastic won't wear out anymore. But that's a good thing as well. That's a good thing as well. Because you won't get any plastic in the water. Little fishes can go along and happily eat little crustaceans without getting their little tummies full of plastic. Isn't it? Poor little fishes. Not so much plastic floating around. Talking of which, I saw a story yesterday. Do you drink bottled water, do you? Do you drink bottled water? Well, this was on the news yesterday. Scientists have found that there are micro bits of plastic now in a lot of bottled water. And there were various different companies, big companies, I can't remember which ones now. Plastic is being found in bottles of water. I mean, I've never been a bottled water drinker myself unless I'm going abroad and I get disgusting dirty water in some of these other countries. Disgusting, dear. Even America. You have to buy bottled water in America, don't you? Yes. I turned on the tap. I thought I'd just have it out the tap. Well, it come out black, dear. Black. Filthy, dirty, disgusting water. They want to send some of the people from Thames water over there, dear. Now, have you ever been to the Thames? Let me tell you, if you are listening in other countries, boys and girls, just go and have a look at how clean and pristine the Thames River is. I mean, you can actually... My sister, when we used to live in Roehampton, she didn't have a mirror. So she would get on a bus and go down to Putney Bridge, stop, get off the bus on the bridge and then just peer over the bridge like that and do her makeup because the water is so clean and blue and little fishes are swimming up and they're quite happy and there's no plastic in there or no dead bodies, no dead body parts, there's no crates, there's no bottles. It's so clean, the River Thames, it really is. Absolutely spotless. No, I would, I would say that you could go swimming in the River Thames, but, we don't want disgusting, dirty people swimming across our rivers like you. Please keep out of the river. Talking to people who swim in the swimming pool the other day, there's this lady in there called Anne, who we quite get on with. She talks a bit, though. She tries to talk while you're swimming up and down like that all the time. She tries to talk to you, you see. Like that. Oh, hello, Chris Allen. I don't dislike her. I do actually like her quite a lot. But she talks a bit while you're trying to do your swim. Oh, Chris. And then, once I'm swimming, I can't hear anything anyway because the water is splashing into my ears because I swim ever so quickly. I'm like the QE2, streamlined and going up and down like that. Anyway, this bloke gets in the other day, regular, again who I know. He'd just come out of the sauna thing. I don't go in the sauna in there. I don't like sauna. I'm not too bad in a steam room. I can go in a steam room for a little while, but not a sauna. Just sit there in that dry heat is just not fun at all, is it? Eh? And he's come out of the sauna and got into the boat. And she said, oh, excuse me, can you have a shower first? She's only told him. I thought, oh, my God. Anyway, I pretended that I couldn't hear them. Because you don't want to get involved in anything like that, do you? She's told him. Well, he said, what? He said, do you mind having a shower first because all the bacteria will be coming after? He's only got out of the pool and had the shower done as he's told, isn't he? We love it, dear. We love it. Good. What have we got here? One moment, please. There we are. Good morning to Daniel, who says, here's a question. Gambling is an issue, but any tips for sobriety from alcohol? Oh, no, Daniel, if you want a little drink, you just carry on drinking, my darling. Let's have a look at you. I think you're of an age where you can sensibly drink without getting too drunk. Am I right, Daniel? Or am I not right, lovey? Are you one of those that wanders across the road in a drunken state sometimes on the way home, collecting an Uber cab for the way home and being charged 4 times the amount by someone who can't speak a word of English? Eh? Uber drivers. How much longer have we got to put up with these people on the streets of London, dear? You know, in their Priuses, blocking up the Euston Road, which is bad enough now. Euston Road, they've got some waterworks going on the Euston Road, which is my main route in and out of actually all the jobs that I'm doing at the moment. I have to go on the Euston Road. And they've closed one of the lanes. So if you're going from west to east, the middle lane is closed. The middle lane's closed there. So all the traffic has to come from these 2 lanes and it moves over a lane. And there is a big sign, use bus lane, right? But for some inexplicable reason, people do not like to go in a bus lane, even when told you can use the bus lane. You must have seen this yourself. And it's the same in Hammersmith. There's a bus lane in Hammersmith. If you're going from Shepherd's Bush to Hammersmith, on the left-hand side, going into Hammersmith, there is a big bus lane, right? And often, even at like 1 o'clock in the morning, you're going along here, and no one goes in the... And it says, bus lane, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. No one to go in a bus lane. And what you get is a queue of traffic on the right-hand side, and then you just go straight along the inside. Quite legitimately, 20 mile an hour limit they've got there, but that's okay. And you go past all the cars. I mean, how stupid people are. And generally, they're all foreign taxi drivers. You see them sitting there in their Priuses. Oh, can't go in the bus lane, can't go in the bus lane. The stupid thing is, at the very end, that the lanes cross over. I don't know who invented that. The lanes actually cross over at the end, so the cars have to come that way, and the buses go that way, right at the very end, near Belushi's, where I used to be a DJ. Why didn't they put the bus lane... Oh, I suppose because of the bus stops. I was going to say, why didn't they put the bus lane there? Bus stops. So that's a bit mad. So at the end, of course, all these cars are trying to come across. But if you're going on that lane, then you do have the right of way there, I think. Awful. Matthew says, have you been rabbiting all night, dear? Went to sleep with you on and woke up again. Well, you're up a bit late, aren't you, Matt? No work today, dear? Matt's a DJ. He works in a place in Croydon. Is it Reflex in Croydon? I can't remember now if you did that. Duncan Goodhue was a great swimmer. Yes, he was. Bald, wasn't he? Did he shave his hair or was he bald? Excuse me. Oh, dear. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of a sneeze this morning. If you are on the YouTube, I don't think your messages are coming through today, so sorry about that. I can't see any YouTube messages coming up at all this morning, so they might not be on the YouTube today, okay? Now, some news for you. How about this? Do you like Ribena? Oh, it's awful, that stuff, isn't it? Any Ribena? I'm not a fan, really, on any soft drinks. Orange juice. My mate likes orange juice. I don't like Ribena. Anyway, in this morning's Super Soaraway Daily Mail, it says, furious customers have blasted Ribena for secretly changing their recipe, claiming it now tastes like drain cleaner. Aren't some people strange? Sitting there, sipping drain cleaner. Well, how else would you know it tastes like drain cleaner? Very dangerous to drink like drain cleaner. Yes. You burn the inside of your esophagus. I think that's the correct word. The Suntory Group, who make the soft drink, cut the sugar content by half last month ahead of the new UK sugar tax guidelines in April this year. Instead, their Ribena drinks now contain under 5 grams of sugar per 100 millilitre bottle. That's still a lot, isn't it? 5 grams of sugar? How many teaspoons would that be? 5 grams. That sounds a lot to me. Anyway, they've now got under 5 grams of sugar per 100 millilitre bottle and have been replaced by controversial sweeteners acesulfame K and sucralose. Well, I've never heard of those things. What are they? What are those? The company has now also thickened the drink, so its consistency appears to be the same as before by adding polydextrose, an ingredient known to cause bloating, flatulence and diarrhea. Oh my God! The toilets of London are going to be very busy. Give up Ribena, that's what I advise. Oh no! Critics in the past have said that the sweeteners have not been studied adequately and may affect pregnancy and cause tumours. I mean, why would you even drink this stuff? This is in the Daily Mail this morning. Customers have branded the company devious. I like that word. Devious. Try and use that in a sentence today. Devious. And they are boycotting the Ribena amid claims that the new recipe tastes horrendous. The brand has followed the likes of Iron Brew and Robinson's Fruit Shoot, who also swapped some of the sugar content for sweetener ahead of tax rules. Hundreds of angry customers have taken to Ribena's Facebook page to complain over recent weeks. Do you drink Ribena? Do you have that stuff? I mean, it's just a... it's funny, actually, when you get those fruit drinks, I don't think you sort of match up the fact that they've got a lot of added sugar as well. Although I've seen fruit drinks that proudly claim that there is no added sugar. Now I don't know what that means. So they haven't put any extra sugar in. But how much natural sugar is there in something like fresh orange juice? I think there's quite a lot in there anyway, isn't there? Why are they adding more? Ribena. So what is Ribena? Is that grapes? Is it grapes? One lady says the toast has totally changed and I find it disgusting. You are one of the few cordials left without sweeteners. As I don't drink them, I will have to stop drinking Ribena after 40 years of being a firm fan. And another bloke wrote, I thought it looked a bit odd as I poured the concentrate out into my glass. It looked watery and now I've tasted it. It's bloody awful. Got a horrible bitterish aftertaste and not at all like the Ribena has always tasted for what I can remember in my 38 years on this planet. So they're obviously not enjoying the Ribena. Have you ever had Ribena? Are you a Ribena person? Eh? That's the question. Ribena for you or not? Good morning to Richard Leedham. Morning, Richard. In Australia, 5 grams is 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, but that doesn't sound too bad to me, does it? A teaspoon of sugar? Would you class that as a lot or not? Really? Very strange. Very strange. Okay. So the YouTube isn't working either. Okay, that's not my fault. I've got everything running up properly here. It's just... Oh, hang on a minute. Pete, you've sent a message on YouTube. I've got it. Let's just have a look. Let me see if I can do something. Oh, it's a bit late. We're nearly finished now anyway, aren't we? So it's a bit late in the day, but it'd be interesting. What does it say on my thing? It's not connected. That's why. For some reason, the YouTube stream hasn't connected this morning, so we are just on the Facebook Live. But of course, the show will go up on the YouTube later. Anyway, all right. Good. We'll do one more story then, boys and girls. Thank you for that. Daniel says, I've got an issue with alcohol, as I'm medically discharged from the army with panic disorder and depression, and alcohol has ruined friends and family relationships as I'm a habitual binge drinker. Yes, and it does, doesn't it? A lot of people drink when they're unhappy, and I think it just makes it worse. I can't really talk an experience about that. I was never really a drinker, to be honest, Daniel. I drank for a little bit when I was sort of early 20s. Only we're talking like 3 months. And I used to go over to the pub, get really drunk for about 3 months when I was about... No, I wasn't 21. I was 27. No, 23. 22, 23. I used to go over to the pub, get really drunk, and then crawl back. I did that for about 3 months, and then I just stopped. So I can't really comment about that. But fair play to you there. Fair play, and good luck with that, all right? Alan says, I only drink Robinson's barley water. It's probably just as bad as the rest of them, to be honest. barley water, anything like that, okay? Now, if you're going to the cinema tonight, be very careful. In this morning's Sun, a man's head was crushed in a freak accident involving an electric VIP seat. Now, if you go in the cinema in Winnersh, the Showcase Cinema in Winnersh, they are all reclining seats. It's got to be the most comfortable cinema I've ever been in. You go into the pictures, every single seat is reclining. You push the button. Very, very comfortable. You don't have to move. It's wonderful. Well, in an electric VIP seat at a cinema in Birmingham, leaving him with serious injuries. Be careful if you're going out tonight, gang. The moviegoer is said to have become trapped by a moving footrest at the View Cinema in Star City. It's believed he dropped his phone under the luxury gold class seat, and as he searched for it, the electric footrest clamped on his head. Ooh. 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 How awful. A source told the site the gold class seats are electric reclining seats. He bent down to look for his phone. At this point, the leg rest was in an upright position, but as he stuck his head underneath to have a look, the footrest clamped onto his head. How awful. They added he was stuck and panicking. His partner and staff tried to free him but couldn't. An ambulance was called and the victim was rushed to hospital with serious head injuries. A spokesman for the cinema said, "We can confirm an incident took place on Friday, March the 9th at our Birmingham cinema, which a full investigation is underway. We are committed to helping and assisting those involved and respect their wishes for privacy and no publicity." So be very, very careful, boys and girls. Very careful that your head is not clamped in one of those seats tonight if you are going to the cinema. I don't even know what's on the pictures at the moment. Anything nice? Anything nice at the pictures? Maybe, maybe not. All right, let's do today's birthdays, and then it's time to go. Yes, I know you want me to stay here for another 5 hours. But I've got things to do, dear, things to do. First of all, very, very important, it is my niece's birthday today. Tracey Clifford, I think you are 31 today. Happy birthday to niece Tracey. Oh, she's always a good laugh on the phone. Dreadful mouth, though, dear. Oh, the swearing she does now to Uncle Chris. She used to be such a nice little girl, 5 years old. I remember my best mate once, she came to Bracknell with her mum, my sister. And Gary as well, who was my nephew. I think he would have been about 8 at the time, a little bit older, maybe 6 at the time. And we went walking across this car park. And I think I had Trace. Did I have Trace's hand? I remember you walking across. It's such a lovely little cute 5-year-old girl. And now she's got a mouth like, oh dear, F this and F that. Dreadful, really. Not in front of her children, of course. You know, talking of her children, I must tell you, George, who is my great nephew, he was playing his Lego last night. Playing Lego, and he was told to put it away. It was bedtime, but he continued to play it. So his dad took it off him and dropped it in the bin, at which point he burst into tears and said that he'd broken the Lego. Of course, he hadn't broken the Lego. Lego just falls apart. You know, but it was time to go to bed, and George was being a naughty boy. So he now thinks his Lego's broken, and he starts crying. Right? At this point, his sister, Emily, 5 years old, comes in, goes right up to his face and said, "I've broke your Lego too." Isn't that awful? She's a witch! Tracey, your daughter is turning into a witch, dear. What's going on there? Aren't children funny? Oh, they are. My great niece, one of my great nieces, Emily, she screws up her face when she's angry, and it's quite scary. Like that. Like that. Didn't she? Happy birthday, Tracey, 31 years old today. Happy birthday to Paul McIlroy, 34 years old today. Happy birthday, Paul. Hope you're well. Oh, Paul is my special one, aren't you? You're my special one. Happy birthday, Paul, 34 today. It's Joey's birthday today, Joey Millen. Happy birthday to you, sir. He's often with us. He's not on the show. He's not with us on the show this morning, which is unusual. Hope you're well, Joey. Happy birthday. Jose Manuel Lopez. Greetings, Jose. 35 years old today. Jonathan Ingram is 27 years old today. Happy birthday, Jonathan. Elaine Ferguson, 35 years old today. Now, is that... I'm not quite sure. You're standing in front of a window there. Is that Vegas you're standing in front of? I'm not quite sure where you are, darling. All right. Tracey Davidson is 48 years old today. David Loft, 70 years old today. Happy birthday, David. William McKeshney, I think it is 59 years old today. Happy birthday, William. John Walsh, happy birthday to you. And Andrew Ensten is 23 years old today. So happy birthday, everyone. Here we go. Oh, it's a bit loud, isn't it? Quiet on the piano, please. Quiet on the piano. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday on this Friday, the 16th of March, 2018. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. Tonight I'll be hosting in karaoke. It's Friday night karaoke each and every Friday. That's at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, starting at 8:30 and going right the way through until midnight. It's free to come along. Come and sing a song, or, just sit there and watch our wonderful characters and singers who turn up for us every week and belt out a song or two. Do you have to be able to sing? No. Not at all. It's all about taking part. No one to take the mick. Certainly not me. If you're a bad singer, doesn't matter. I won't stand up there. Oh, that was a terrible song. Won't do that, okay? You come up, do your best, go. That's what it's all about. Karaoke tonight, Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Time for me to go swimming now. Thanks very much for watching and listening. And I'll see you again very soon. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.